Welcome back to Ego and Empathy, the podcast where we explore the psychology behind human behavior and the subtle ways it shapes our lives. I'm your host, Mandy, and today we're exploring one of the most painful, confusing, and deeply manipulative tools used by narcissists and emotionally immature people. It's quiet, it's calculated, and it can cut deeper than words ever could. Today's episode is about the silent treatment. At first, it may seem like nothing. No yelling, no insults, no confrontation, just silence. But for those who've experienced it, the silent treatment isn't calm. It's control. It's a form of emotional punishment that says, "You no longer exist until I decide you do." The silent treatment works because it targets one of the most basic human needs, connection. We are wired for communication, for repair, for understanding. So when someone deliberately withdraws all of that, it activates panic, confusion, and shame. You start to wonder what you did wrong, what you could say or do to fix it, how to make them speak to you again. And that's the point. The silence is designed to make you take responsibility for their emotions. Let's look at how it typically unfolds. You might have a disagreement or simply express an opinion they don't like. Maybe you set a boundary, say no to something unreasonable, or even bring up a concern gently. Instead of communicating, they shut down. They leave the room, ignore your messages, pretend not to hear you, or give you cold, one-word replies. You feel invisible. You replay the moment, searching for what you might have said wrong. You reach out again, apologizing for things you don't even believe you did. And as soon as they sense your discomfort, as soon as you bend, they speak again, calm, collected, and in control. That moment, that sigh of relief when they finally engage again, is what keeps you hooked. Your nervous system learns that silence means danger, and reconnection means safety. So you start to chase peace, even at the cost of your own truth. The silent treatment is not about space or cooling off. Everyone needs quiet moments sometimes to process emotions. The difference is intention. Healthy silence is about reflection. It's time apart with the goal of reconnection. Narcissistic silence is punishment. It's meant to manipulate, to provoke guilt, to make you question your worth. For narcissists, silence is power. It allows them to appear calm and superior while you unravel in confusion. They can tell themselves, "I'm not the problem, they're the one overreacting." And to outsiders, they often look like the reasonable one. You're the emotional one. You're the one making drama. It's the perfect illusion. Over time, repeated silent treatments cause emotional conditioning. You start censoring yourself, avoiding topics, walking on eggshells just to prevent the next freeze. You lose your voice trying to protect the connection. And in the process, you lose parts of yourself too. So what can you do when you recognize that silence being used against you? First, don't chase the silence. When you feel that pull to explain or fix it, pause. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself that communication requires two willing participants. You can't have a conversation with someone who's refusing to listen. Their silence is not your cue to beg. It's your cue to step back. Second, observe rather than react. If you stop giving the silent treatment the power it's meant to have, you remove the control from their hands. Say calmly, "I'm here to talk when you're ready." And then walk away. Not out of anger, but out of self-respect. Your calmness exposes the manipulation more than any argument ever could. Third, reconnect with your reality. Silence from a narcissist can make you doubt yourself. Journal what happened. Talk to someone you trust. Remind yourself of the facts. Their withdrawal doesn't erase your truth. It's a reflection of their inability to communicate. not your failure to be understood. And finally, redefine what peace means to you. Peace isn't the absence of conflict when it comes from fear. Peace is the ability to stand in your truth even when someone else withholds theirs. You don't need to earn love through silence. You don't need to perform worthiness to be acknowledged. The silent treatment is meant to make you feel powerless. But awareness is power. Once you see it for what it is, it loses its grip on your emotions. You stop wondering, what's wrong with me? And start realizing, something is wrong with this dynamic. And maybe that's where your healing begins. In choosing not to chase those who use silence as a weapon, and instead turning your attention to those who use silence as space. A space to listen, to reflect, to grow, and to reconnect. Because healthy love doesn't punish with absence. It leans in, it listens. And it finds a way to speak again, even after disagreement. So if you've been silenced, if you've been made to feel invisible, please remember this. Your voice still matters. Your truth still exists. And no amount of silence from someone else can erase who you are. The end of their silence doesn't define your peace. The beginning of your voice does.